A dog with a toothy snarl, brought to life by sloppy brushstrokes. A collection of clay creatures, draped in feathers and metal beads. A soft snow in the midst of war, with a soldier and his tank scratched out of graphite.
These are all artworks made by fellow students, some long graduated, others still attending Grandview. If you take the opportunity to look around our upper hallways, you'll see a myriad of colorful and unique pieces, a couple of which belong to our very own Miss Green.
I do have, I think, 2 enlargements and one senior picture downstairs in the lower hallway.
Her work is on the walls, but Miss Green is a Grandview alum.
I went here way long ago, it feels like, and the artwork on the wall gets cycled through because we just have so much art to celebrate and hang, and we only have so much wall space.
But with so many talented artists at Grandview, selecting pieces for display is no easy task.
So it's kind of spearheaded by the library. They will vote and choose their selections. We enlarge their selections, and those will go in the library. And then all of previous enlargements from the library, we move into the academic hallways.
When I was a student, the art teachers at the time who started all of the enlargements, they would select, I think, 3 or 4 every year. So I know it's kind of gone through some different selection processes through the years.
Sure.
Believe it or not, all of the pieces up on the walls started out as grades. They are born from assignments in which students apply techniques they learn in class.
They all come from assignments. So for example, I teach ceramics, and there's a technique called sgraffito, which is Italian for to scratch, and a lot of the artworks have beautiful designs scratched into the colorants, and so there are sgraffito pieces on the wall. I've done a figurative sculpture with upper levels, and there are some figures out there on the wall. Anything else you can think of?
I mean, it's a mass piling of all of the projects we've done here at Grandview through the years, so it's not like we assign one project and say, okay, we're doing this project for an enlargement.
Yeah, we don't do that. We select from project work that we do in all of our curriculum.
Some say art is a window to the past. If this is true, more dim areas of our school serve as history books, dating back to the year Grandview first opened.
Yeah, so as far as I can remember, way back when I was a freshman, they had already started enlarging and decorating the walls with them. And then they would just keep adding to it every year. So I'm pretty sure it started within the first couple of years of Grandview being built. Mm-hmm. And then
However, everything's hanging on walls where there's wonderful, beautiful windows. And so the heat from the summer, the sun from the summer, does eventually start to break down some of the enlargements. So it is some of the older ones that we pull just because they don't look so good anymore and replace them with newer ones.
Yeah, the ones that are looking kind of bluish are the ones that have faded with the sun. So those are the oldest ones that you can visually see as you walk around the building that we're trying to replace just because the color has gone.
Instead, if you're looking to see art done by current students, look no further than the walls of the library.
Well, the library is the most recent, so everything you see in there has had all of those students. 90% of those students are still here as students. There may be some senior mix in there where they graduated last year, but it's always going to be newest in the library, and then we cycle them to the walls in the academic hallway.
And if you walk downstairs for the framed pieces, those are our senior works, and those are new every year, and they're dated, so you can see how and when they were made.
These works have made a tremendous impact, not only on our walls, but on the hearts of the teachers themselves.
When I see a work, and I've had that student for a number of semesters usually, I cannot think of that work without picturing that wonderful student. You think of how they worked in the studio. How did they produce that work? What were their struggles? What were their successes? For myself, and I'm sure you're the same, Ms. Green, you can't separate the student from the art. It is part of who they are.
There's a story behind it that only we really know because we see it happen from beginning to end. So we could write a novel on each one.
Next time you're making your way from class to class or catching up on work in the library, take a real look around. You might spot something that impacts you too.
This is Gianna,
Haley,
and Gwen reporting for GVTV.